Hey yo guys, how's it going? Tally here, and today I have got the coolest new products out there. If you are an old school Yu-Gi-Oh fan, you're gonna love these. They're honestly, they're so fun, and they actually do have some kind of good cards. Regardless of who wants to tell you they suck, there's some value in here, alright? So, before we dive in, make sure to like, make sure to comment, make sure to subscribe if you're new here. And if you're wondering, Tally, where can I get these sick tcgtally sleeves? Well, you can get 10% off using my code at yourplaymat.com on screen now, and link in the description. Now let's dive in. Alright, so starting off with our Slifer deck. Slifer is obviously my favourite god. I just like the colour red growing up, so of course he is going to be the number one that we start off with first. And to be honest, there's some cool cards in here. So it's our equivalent of the Prismatic God box from the OCG. I'll be honest, it's not quite as cool as the Prismatic God box from the OCG. However, we do get a nifty little mat with Slifer and Obelisk. Okay, and we have the Slifer deck. Of course, Slifer with the original OG art, looking pretty tasty. And now how the hell do we... Oh, there we go. So, first and foremost, for our deck breakdown, let's take a look at the Slifer one. We have the almighty himself, Slifer the Sky Dragon. We have Soul Crossing, which this card is really nifty, right? Let me talk to you about this card a little. During the main phase, so yours or your opponent's, as a quick play after all, immediately after this effect resolves, tribute summon one Divine Beast monster. When you do, you can tribute monsters your opponent controls, even though you do not control them. But if you tribute summon this way, until the end of the next turn after this card resolves, you can only activate one card or effect per turn, not counting the effects of Divine Beast monsters. So essentially, after this resolves, during your opponent's turn, you can only activate one effect the following turn except for God cards, because of course, they aren't impacted by these disgusting puny spells, they're gods. Next, we have the Slifer the Sky Dragon card, Thunder Force Attack. And this one is kinda nutty, right? It's a very, very, very specifically Slifer oriented card, so it cannot be negated. And if you control a monster whose original name is Slifer the Sky Dragon, destroy as many monsters or face-up monsters your opponent controls as possible. Then, if you activated this card during your main phase, you can apply the following effects. Again, it's a quick play, can be used during yours or your opponent's turn. But you get the ability to draw cards equal to the number of face-up monsters you destroyed. So if you have Slifer on the field, not only have you just wiped their board, but you could go as much as +6, right? If they have a full board, extra monster zone included, you could go like draw 6. Is that going to happen regularly? Probably not, but being able to draw and make Slifer beefier is actually pretty decent. Okay, next we have the Millennium Seeker, who is actually, if you're eagle-eyed, you can see looks a little bit like Shadi, has the Millennium Scales, and I believe this card isn't too good, so we're just going to move on. Ultimate Divine Beast, again being a very Slifer-centric card, so when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can discard one spell or trap, then target one Divine Beast monster in your graveyard, and special summon it in defense position, then change the attack target to it. So it's a monster reborn, it's a Call of the Haunted for your Divine Beast monsters. And then during the end phase, if you control a Divine Beast, you can destroy all face-up cards your opponent controls that activated their effect on field this turn. Again, let's just wipe the board. Slifer is just wiping these boards. Next we have Tell Us the Little Angel. Little Angel, why don't you tell us what's going on? This card's actually pretty decent. I do believe it does swings when it's sent from the field to the graveyard. Yes, you can special summon a Tellus Wing token, and while you control that Tellus Wing token, you can banish this card from your graveyard and one spell from your hand, special summon 2 Tellus Wings token. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn. So this itself can actually pretty easily set up your god card plays, and it's a perfect target for Almirage, so you can in fact get a couple of bodies on board. This is a pretty decent card. We have Reactor Slime, which is just tribute fodder for our gods, and it's actually a really good reprint because before it was a rare. And you have Harpy's Feather Duster, which unironically, very good card. I would actually prefer this over the Maximum Gold version. This itself will be the cost of like the structure deck. This card is beautiful, I actually really like it in Super, I like this art a lot. Very good pick. Let's put you in the tcgtally sleeve. There we go. Following that, you're going to see a lot of old cards, so let's take a look at our Breaker, the Magical Warrior. Beast King Barbaros, 9-tailed fox. So this has like so many token generating cards. We have Phantom Skyblaster, another token generator. Card Guard. It's not very good. It's like a stally monster. Caligo Claw Crow, which is an extender, which allows you just to get more bodies on board. Electromagnetic Turtle, which is nice. Breaker the Dark Magical Warrior, don't really care too much about that. Scapegoat, it's a nice token generating card. We have Arima the Wicked Warden. We actually have 3 Arima the Wicked Warden. Is there a particular, what is this? Does this synergize with the gods? Okay, so all this really does is search out Lair of Darkness, which allows you to then like tribute your opponent's monsters, and it's pretty nifty, so we can start doing weird tribute plays during our opponent's turn. But yeah, we have 3 of these. We have Dark Shade, the Sinister Shadow Lord, like him being sinister. We have Clock Wyvern. Tenya Spirit Vishuddha is actually really nice. Swords of Revealing Light, a classic, an absolute classic. Monster Reborn, another good reprint. Book of Moon, unironically good. This card sees competitive play. Enemy Controller, not so amazing in like our current format, but it did see play a little while ago with Salamangreats. Pot of Avarice, if you're a Zoo player, you're going to love this. March of the Monarchs, Supply Squad, Card Advance, The True Name. This one's actually kind of nifty. So if you know the top card of your deck, you activate the True Name, get a Slifer for free, plus a draw. So you're going +1 overall. This is, on paper, better than Pot of Greed. One-time passcode for more token generation. Lair of Darkness is nice to see because it'll let you tribute your opponent's stuff. Draw of Fate, you get to like stack free cards to the top of your deck and then just go ahead and draw one. We have Mirror Force, which you love to see. Reckless Greed, which isn't too bad. Metal Reflect Slime for some outside the structure deck support. The Golden Apples, I actually used to think this card was broken if I'm honest. Back to the front. And that's our Slifer deck. Realistically, it's not awful for what it is, right? If you come into this deck expecting a competitive masterclass in how to make a structure deck and compete, well yeah, I'm sorry, you've just had the wrong expectations, alright? However, as a fun casual structure deck, this has a strategy. You know, it has a strategy where you're tributing your opponent's cards to be able to make your own plays. You have Slifer, which is a floodgate in itself, and then you have the trap card that can recur Slifer. Like, honestly, if you expected something super competitive, I don't know what to tell you. If you expected something really cool though, something that you can get like your casual friends to play with you, then yeah, it's nifty. Now let's take a look at Obelisk. Okay, so we're starting off our Obelisk deck with the man himself. Look at those shiny teeth. Of course we have Obelisk, we have another Soul Crossing, which is nice to have. We have the Fist of Fate. Is it not Fist of Fury? Who cares, someone's getting the Fist. And this card's activation and effects cannot be negated, just like the Slifer one. And if you control a monster whose original name is Obelisk the Tormentor, negate the effects of one effect monster your opponent controls, and if you do, destroy it. Non-targeting, negating, followed by a destruction. So if you want to out your opponent's big boss monster that can't be destroyed by battle or card effects, you've just done it. You've just done it. Alright. And if you do that, for the rest of this turn, the effects of that monster are negated, as well as the activated effects and the effects on field of monsters with the same original name. Basically just saying if an opponent has 2 of the same monster, then they can't use the other one either. And if you activated this during your main phase, you can apply this effect. Destroy all spell and traps your opponent currently controls. Wow, it's a negation, a destruction, and a field, like a spell wipe. That's kinda nuts. That is actually very, very good. Next we have Divine Evolution. Now this one is actually aimed at the Wicked Gods, but it can do a little bit for our gods too. Basically it's just saying pick a god card or a Wicked God that's not already had this card used on it. And it gains 1000 attack and defense. Its effect activations and its activated effects cannot be negated. Also it gains the following effect. When this card declares an attack, you can make your opponent send one monster they control to the graveyard. That is tasty. That is really tasty. Then we have Level Resist Wall. Angel 01, which is like related to the Tellus Angel. So you can special summon this card from your hand by revealing one level 7 or higher monster from your hand. You can only special summon one Angel 01 once per turn, and while you control this special summon card, you contribute one level 7 or higher monster in attack position during your main phase in addition to your normal summoner set. So this card will actually special summon itself for free, and you actually get another additional normal summon, which is pretty tasty. This card's actually really nice. Speaking of level 7 cards, we have Mare. I actually love this card. This card is nuts. Unfortunately, I don't see it playing too much in this deck, but it's so good. Another Harpy's Feather Duster. We have Nimble Momonga, Bazoo the Soul Eater, the one and only Cyber Dragon himself, another Nimble Momonga, and another Nimble Momonga. We have Hardened Armed Dragon, Super Nimble Mega Hamster, excuse me. We have Evil Swarm Mandragora, which is a free special summon. We have a couple Photon Saber Tiger, Evil Swarm Salamandra, Raz Disciple, of which we have 3. So, like, getting Tellus, actually, not Tellus, Little Angel 1 or something, whatever it's called, is actually really nice because you can normal summon Raz Disciple, special summon Tellus with a god card in hand, and then tribute summon your god. We have Unmasked Dragon, Nimble Beaver, Condemned Witch, which is low-key unironically good, Gizmek Uka, which is unironically good, Gizmek Makami, not very good. We have Brain Control, Monster Reborn again, Different Dimension Capsule, also quite nice, Pot of Avarice, Double Summon, which is going to be key for this deck, Forbidden Chalice, Forbidden Lance, Forbidden Dress, Forbidden Droplets? Nah, we've got Supply Squad though, not really the same. The Monarch Stormforth, which is another card that's going to let you tribute during your opponent's turn, Call of the Haunted to get our resources back, Cloning, and Drowning Mirror Force. Okay, that's a good card, like unironically good card. So that's our god card decks, and if I'm absolutely honest, yeah, they're kind of fun, right? I'm going to play these with the boys. I'm going to make a £30 Slifer deck, or in fact it's even cheaper over here, it's £25 Slifer deck, the £25 Obelisk deck, so expect those to come within the next few days. As always, if you like it, give it a like, if you love it, give it a share and tell everyone you know about Team Tally today, and if you have not joined Team Tally, subscribe down below. And if you would like to support me extra, use code TALLY10 when you buy any sleeves or playmats from yourplaymat.com, including my signature sleeves. As always, you have been amazing, I have been Tally, I will catch you all later, bye.